everybody, and welcome back to the MindCatcher's channel. Today I'm going to be using the new Pur Cosmetics Love Your Selfie palette, and that's what it looks like right there. Beautiful white palette with kind of like glitter, silver glitter all over it. And this is actually a collection. It has all of your eyeshadows up there. It has a few shimmer shades for highlights and cheek. And it also has kind of like a contour shade, but I'm going to use it on my eyelids because it's not deep enough for my skin tone. It also has a lip gloss. It has a lip pencil. It also has the, what is the name of the mascara? Fully Charged mascara there, okay? So, and I really like that mascara, so that's awesome. And I'll have the pricing for it down below and where it's available at right now. We're gonna start off with my e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. So we're gonna apply that right onto the lid and the bottom lash line. Now I'm going to apply my concealer on my lid. And this is LA Girl Pro Concealer. This one is in Toast. And I use my concealer as a base. You can use whatever you have. But when I'm using more earthy tones, I always use concealer as a base. Okay guys, in the palette there's a beautiful color called Composition, and it's right there, and I'm going to use that as my transition color. And as our lid color, I'm going to be using this beautiful olivey green color. It's so pretty. It's called Paparazzi. Okay guys, that's a super pretty green color, and it will be even more pow if you put a dark base underneath. I'm just going to go around it again with Composition, but a black base would really help that color to pop. And they have a very nice sparkly, like an antique gold color right here. It's called Megapixels. Very pretty. I'm kind of gonna put that on the center of my eyelid. I'm just using my finger, and it's very pretty. Just adds a little something to the center of the eye. So you see, by just putting that little bit of gold on the center of the eye, you really made that eye like pop. I didn't put a dark base, but that gold really set that look apart from someone else's. So now when you walk into the party, they're going to be like, oh no, she didn't. She put that gold. Who she thinks she is? You know what I'm saying? Right here in the palette, there's a color called Statuesque, and I'm going to use that as a brow bone color. It's a matte color, like a tan, peachy tan color. Alright, and your look is just about complete. We're just going to add us a winged liner. You can go as bold with this as you want to. And I'm going to use my Salma Hayek eye marker for that. I've been liking this, guys. You see I've been using it a lot. It's right there in CVS. It's a drugstore. Alright guys, I added my lashes, and these lashes are Miss Adoro number 747M. Okay, I got these from Arcade House. I do have a link down below if you want to check them out. Super affordable stuff. Everything on the site is like super affordable, so check it out. And they're pretty nice lightweight lashes if you're a person that's looking for something that's not too dramatic. Very lightweight. Alright, I already applied my Sabo Med lip balm. I've already applied my lotion to my face. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply a primer, and I'm going to use the Urban Decay primer once again. I liked it the last time. It lasted me a pretty long time before I start blotting. I'd say about 3 hours, which is pretty good for something that's not necessarily mattifying. Alright guys, and you know the drill. I'm going to use my LA Girl Pro Concealer, the Corrector, the orange corrector, and get rid of all of these dark spots and things at the bottom of my face and around the mouth. Then I'm going to use my beauty blender to pat that in. Alright, for foundation, I'm going to be using my Becca Ultimate Complexion Cream. And this is in the shade MINK. And I'm still holding on to a few pumps. It's almost empty. And this is still my favorite full coverage foundation. Just look at that. It's still my favorite. And remember guys, you don't have to highlight. You can definitely use a skin tone concealer if you're dark underneath the eyes or something like that. Or no concealer at all. You don't have to do this step. Do I feel like highlight and contour is necessary? No, I do not. You really don't have to do it. I get away with wearing just regular foundation all the time. But if I really want to kick it up a notch, then I do. Alright, this is my Pur Cosmetics Cameo Stick, and this one is in dark. And that's usually what I go around my forehead and the perimeter of my face with to contour. Now I do like contouring when you may have went too light with something and you want to bring your face back down to earth. This does work out well for me that way. Or especially if a foundation is too light. And you know, oftentimes that is the case. It really helps you to get that foundation and work with it. We're going to move on to our powder. I'm using the Sacha Buttercup Powder. Everybody does. We love it with good reason. It doesn't flash back in photography and stuff like that. So if you have to do some bridal makeup, this would be great to use as an under eye powder. And I really don't do the baking like everybody else. I put it on very lightly and I just rub it right back off with my regular face powder. It gives me just enough of a highlight. So for my all over face powder, I'm using the black Radiance Soft Focus powder. You guys see it all the time. This one is in milk chocolate. And I'm just going to take this and knock off that buttercup powder. And this is a step you don't really have to do as well, or you can just do this step without the cream contour. You can just use your Ebony Bronzer by CoverGirl, and this is like a powder bronzer instead of using the contour sticks. Alright, I'm going to use one of the Sacha blushes, and I have to be very careful because they're very pigmented. This one is Perfect Windy. I'm going to be using the same brush here. Just tap into it very lightly. I'm tapping a little bit off on my hand as well, blending it on my hand before I take it to my cheek. And I'm going to the back of my cheek with it. Alright guys, and for my highlight I'm going to be using Prosecco Pop from Pur Cosmetics. And I'm just going to knock off all of that dust that was on my face as far as face powder and blush and blah 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 blah. I'm going to use my Fix Plus to do that. Always do it guys, even if it's rose water, something just to take that powdery look away. That casket sharp look, you don't want that. And let that calm down a bit. Alright guys, back to my eyes. I'm using just a black kohl liner. This one is from MAC. It's called Feline. I'm still using it until it's gone. And I'm just putting a little black right here in the outer corner. Not bringing it all the way in to close up my eye. I'm just going to leave it right back here. Alright guys, I'm going to go underneath this lash line here and just going to apply some more of that green Paparazzi. On my inner corners, I'm going to put a little bit of Prosecco Pop there. Alright, and for my lips, let's see what we're gonna do. We could go with the metallic trend. I do have the OCC lip tar in black metal dahlia. So we could try that. It's nice and dark and rich and vampy. So for a lip liner, I'm going to use some of my Black Up pencil. And this is an MS05. It's actually an eye pencil. It's a waterproof eye pencil, but I use it on everywhere. I don't care. Alright, so we're going to line the lips with that. With the OCC lip tars, it's best to apply them with a lip brush, and I don't know where mine is, so I'm just going to use this little angled brush from Delium Tools. And this is definitely turning into a fall look. Alright guys, so this is your completed look, and I'm really liking the palette. Also, it does come with the lip gloss and the lip pencil and the mascara, so lots of cluck for your buck. And that's about it. Cyber kisses. See you guys in the next video. Bye.